Everyone, and welcome back. We aren't going to be doing a part 3 on Grandma's bathroom. It's pretty much all done. I filled in that side over there, and I have put some moldings and stuff around the walls. Now, I didn't put it all the way up because there are gaps back there, and you can't see them from here, but they are there. There are gaps, big gaps, and my pieces kept wanting to fall into them, so that's gonna stay the way it is. Anyway, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. I had the idea, what I said was going to be the Fiddly project, I had the idea of making little actual tiles out of polymer clay to go through the, or to go around the edges of where I had put the angled pieces in to make the wall, and it didn't work. It was a colossal failure. I tried, I think, 3 or 4 times, and it didn't work, so I was like, okay, that's the end. We're done. We'll just use some, I used coffee stirrers for most of it. I did use the tile method I showed you just for around the top of the tiles, but that wasn't going really well either with such small strips. So yeah, this is how it ended up, and I am quite pleased with it. I really do like that little door at the back. I know it sticks out, you know, very glaring, and of course Grandma doesn't care for it, so as I said, she'll probably put something in front of it to hide it as much as possible. But it's a very authentic touch to a room like this, so we're going to leave it, and I'm going to be happy with it, and that is Grandma's room, and I will be back in a little while with our next project. We're going to start on the guest room. See you in a bit. Hello, I'm back, and let's get started on this. So I decided that I don't want, you know, like a house with every room like, you know, wild bright different colors. So I chose this wallpaper. I don't know how good you can see that. It's got a few wrinkles in it, but I think they'll lay down. And it's just a nice light color with kind of a goldish yellow to it. This time I did the wallpaper on the poster board, but I did it so that it's all one continuous. It makes matching much easier than with my ring light. This is not ideal, people. I'm straddling a tripod leg. I've got my ring light over here, which I just knocked off because I am in a limited space right now. Part of my 6 days off, I do believe I am going to be cleaning my craft room out really well. I've got a storage thing I pay rent on every year because I have a 73 CUDA and I'm not getting anything done with it, and I'm really thinking about selling it. Got a really cool early 60s, 70s, or late 60s, early 70s couch, which is absolutely amazing. I am not going to tip the camera down because I am just gluing, and I'm gluing like I always do, where I glue around the edges of the poster board for ease of removal in case we ever want to remove it. It won't be as hard to get the paper out. So I'm just doing that, making sure I have plenty of glue around the edges, and gluing around the window and the door, getting close to the edges on those because I don't want them popping out. And you'll just hear me dotting the glue on. It's been really hot here for days and days and days. It's been in the 80s. And they were saying no rain in sight. We got a little bit last night. We could have used a lot more, but we'll take what we can get right now. And then next week, when I have my days off, it sounds like it's supposed to rain most of the time, which is typical. Now, before I knock my ring light off again, which I just about did, I need to move my paper over, my wallpaper. I hope all of you have something fun planned for this weekend. I'm working. And do 6:30 to 4:30, so at least I get off early, but I gotta be there early. And that's not so much fun. Alright, I'm going to attempt to put this in now, get it in straight and right, without knocking the ring light over, which may or may not happen. I just wasn't getting enough light. I went to shoot the video and then some clouds came. So I've got a lot of cords sitting on my lap. I've got the one for the camera. I've got the one for the ring light. And as I said, I'm straddling a tripod leg. So I am going to attempt this. I don't know how it's going to go. And you will see there are gaps around the door frame because it is very hard with those hinges. They're not evenly spaced. They are not even. So I will have to work around that. And there is back right in the corner by the door. Sorry people, there goes the ring light, there goes the thing. This is why I need desperately to get my craft room cleaned out because otherwise we're just going to keep having these problems. So I cut out everything as good as I could. This is very uneven, but as I was saying, back by the base of the door back here, there is a spot where one of the original screws or nails or whatever they used almost came through the wall, and it's not, it wouldn't be such a big deal, but to take it off, I'm going to have to take all the molding and stuff off the front of the house, which is going to loosen the house again. And I really kind of don't want to do that, so we're going to work around it. I'm thinking the molding for the door frame will probably hide most of it anyway. So I'm just really pushing down those corners and these edges because I want this to grab good. The nice part about poster board is when you use the little dots on the paper, it usually doesn't show through. I think to make this wall fit, I'm going to have to try to take it loose because it all needs to move up there, just like that. Okay, that fits better. Oops. Fits better, but then I've got gapping going on over here by the door because it's because of the way everything is, it fits one way and one way only. And I bet I can't get this wall now. I need to loosen it. The other nice thing though about working with the poster board, it does loosen much better than, I mean, if you're taking paper off because you made a mistake, you're going to rip your paper. At least I would rip my paper. And so in this you can move the whole thing, and it usually works pretty well. You just see my poster board is coming loose from this side, but that's simply because that corner dropped down. Let's take it loose one more time. The tacky glue is good and sticky, so we don't have to worry about that. But once I get everything where it belongs, like this, we should be good to go. And the front keeps letting loose, and that's because the front of this house, where the door is just terrible. Yeah, see that part drop down again. I think we may have to go with that just to keep this stuck down where it needs to be. I'm sorry, my head's in the way, my hands are in the way, you're not seeing a whole lot. There's a little gap by the window, but the window trim will cover that up. Okay, the corner there, I think I might just put another little dab of glue up there. It's been taken loose twice. I really think it's going to hold though. Once I get a little dab of glue in here. This room was pink, bright pink. But we're going to say, for the sake of our story of Grandma and her house, that this room was not pink. This room belonged to her daughter Jane, who sadly now is her only child, as her son passed away years ago in an accident. So Jane was rather spoiled after he passed, and Jane was truly a teenager of the early 70s. And when she had this room, it was full of blacklight posters and bright colors and bamboo beads, shag carpet, and the whole deal. Well, Grandma decided that had to go because, well, it's now a guest room and it's no longer the 1970s. Jane, however, at first wasn't real happy about it. She sees her mother's point, but you know, when you like something, you like something. She thought she had a pretty cool room back then. So yeah, so Grandma has redone that room, and so now it is just a more blah, peaceful room. I guess that's how you'd put it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lay the carpeting in there today too. I've got the piece of poster board. Guys, honestly, I am just getting so excited about getting this house finished up because, you know, it's like moving in. That's going to be the fun part. Moving in and making all the things that she needs that she doesn't have. That's going to be great. So how I'm doing this, I don't know if I can bring you down here, but I'm doing it. Oh, this tripod doesn't work like the other one. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be gluing the poster board, and then I'm going to be laying the fabric right down onto it, because some fabric, when you cut it or you go to glue it, it'll stretch, but then as the glue dries, it'll stretch back. So I am planning on just gluing straight to the poster board. I'm going to see if I can move you down. Excuse my hand and the blur. Oh, there we go. Okay. As long as the tripod doesn't collapse, I guess we're good. So let's get some glue down here and let's get this floor in. And once again, I've just pieced the floor together because it's, like I said, using up scraps that I would otherwise throw away, and I don't want to do that. So we're just going to get a good bunch of glue. And this time I am actually using the velveteen. And I'm just laying dots because they are not going to show through with the velveteen. It's very thick. And I prefer velveteen for my carpetings, as I've told you before. I did in the living room use the microfiber ultra suede type of fabric, but I definitely prefer velveteen for miniature carpets. It's not too thick like an actual velvet, and it's not too thin. So, reaching through the tripod, I am going to lay my velveteen down is what I'm going to do. I think that's going to make it a little easier, she says. And then I'm just going to, it's got some wrinkles, but they will smooth out as I apply it to the poster board. So here we go, and I've got the selvage edge, so I know that my grain is running this way. Not that it matters so much in miniature when you're doing carpeting. But make sure that I get it straight on here. I got a whole bunch of this stuff. I think I got it Joanne Fabrics, I want to say, like probably at least 20 years ago, at least. Now I'm just going to give it a little pull. Make sure we get all the wrinkles out, if we can. And just going to do that a little bit. I don't want it looking really wrinkly. Get my sewing scissors, and I don't know what kind of calamity that's going to cause. Huh, none. Good. Alright, I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes. Hope you guys all have a really good and safe Memorial Day. I think I started to say that and my mind, which goes 100 miles an hour, kind of got sidetracked. It's normal. But I apologize to you. I am, like I said, working, and then I get 6 days off next week. I was supposed to work 3 days and have 1 day off, and then 3 more days, and then get the weekend off. And instead, I am working tomorrow on Sunday. I am working Memorial Day, and then I have 6 days off, I believe. It's 5 or 6. I'm really excited about it, but I've got so many things I want to do. I honestly don't even know where to start, what to start with, what to do. Just super excited because I had to fight hard to get those days off. We are short-staffed, and staff we do have, none of them want to work. And I mean, I get it, because a lot of them are working all the time. And my lead staff, she's a really great person. I love her to pieces. But she likes to trade, and I mean, I get that, you know. That's one sure way of getting some days off is just, you know, trading. But that doesn't use up leave time, and they will stop giving you leave time if you don't use it. So I am just now, hope you can see, hope I'm on frame. I can't see people because the camera's on a really weird angle. I would have to stand up. So I'll come over this way a little bit. What I'm doing is I'm just trimming off next to the poster board. It's stuck good. It's down there. Tacky glue is pretty good on fabric. And I can't find, I've got some Fabrifix, but I can't find it at this moment. So we're using tacky glue. Use what you got. It's your stuff, your way. Use what you got. And that's one, you know, thing to really remember in this. You know, do what makes you happy with it. It's yours. It's your dollhouse. It's your miniatures. You create them the way you want to create them. You do them the way you want to do them, and don't let anybody tell you it's wrong, because it's not. I joined a group on Facebook, and it's for a certain dollhouse that I have. And I'm really, the group, they're very friendly for the most part. But I've noticed, you know, people send in their photos, and I mean, we're all proud of what we do, because, you know, we do it the way we like it, and we do it the way we want it, and that's how it should be, because this is our creation. This is our art. This is our hobby, if you want to call it that, and it should be how we want to do it. But there's a guy in the group, and I just joined, so that he, like, one lady just posted like a picture of her house, her dollhouse, and she'd done the shingles, and he's like, well, don't take this wrong, but you did your shingles wrong. And I mean, okay, maybe there's a right way to do these shingles, maybe, you know, maybe he's got a way he likes to do it, but it was hers, and she did it, and she was obviously proud enough to post. So who is this guy? Like, it bothers me, because who is he to tell somebody else what they can do, how they did their thing, whether it meets his approval? I mean, it's not his, you know, it's not his place to say. I mean, if you can't say something nice, just don't say it. Just be like, oh, you know, okay, I wouldn't have done it that way, but I'm, you know, just not going to comment, because, yeah. Okay, so aside from the fact my floor is rather dirty and now needing, you know, a vacuum cleaner or a carpet sweeper, because this, just like the Ultra Suede, it will fray out on the edges. I do have a bad corner. Well, it's not such a bad corner, but it's kind of wrinkled. But when it's all done, I will get out mini iron, which I can't find either, and I will iron it down, and it should be good. But I'm thinking there's something under this corner that shouldn't be there. Oh, it's just where the tape is. Okay, that's goodbye. That's what I was feeling. Now, when I put this in, it's the edges are a little bit frayed, but I want you to see that, you know, it's I don't know. I like it for carpet because it's, where am I at? Sorry. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin either. And these will all work out. The wrinkles and grandmas are coming out, and as soon as I find that darn mini iron, I am going to iron them out. Now, oh, sorry. I had to bend under the tripod. Guys, part of my job on my days off, I am cleaning that craft room good, so I can move this back in there, because that's where it needs to be. So now I'm just going to go ahead and lay the glue down again, and I'm probably just going to go around the edges, because I'm going to put a pretty good, generous bunch of glue dots. And make sure I get some by all the edges, and then we're just going to stick this in. Sorry, it's kind of a... It's not really a tutorial, guys. It's just me doing this. And you guys are coming along for the ride, which I appreciate greatly. I do. I'm so happy. I'm looking and I'm getting more watchers on my videos. I realized that Grandma's house seems to be quite popular right now. And so we'll just keep going with this. As I said, these wrinkles and stuff will all come out. I'm just going to run an iron over it when I'm done. When I find it. It's probably in my craft room, where everything else is. Okay, so yes, those will come out. And next time you see it, hopefully, there should be no more wrinkles. Okay. And as I said, we're going to be doing stuff all around the edges, so we're not going to worry about that at all. So yeah, we will get this done. And where it's sprayed here, the edging will be on the house. It's pretty much right up to the edge. It will never show. So anyway, I think this is going to do it for Grandma's house today. I just need to weight that end down up there. It's the crookedness of the house that is keeping it from sitting down. I had that problem in the other room up here too. So I'm just going to stick some paint things or something up there that is heavy enough to hold it down on that end. Everything else is glued nice and tight. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for today. And once again, thank you all for joining me. Anyone who is new to the channel, just stop by to see what's going on. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. And if it's not too much to ask, please hit like and subscribe. It would really help me out. And I would love to, you know your thoughts and your comments. So, yeah, with that said, once again, please have a safe and happy Memorial Day. And I will see you again on Thursday. And all that's left, really, other than trimming this room out, which is probably what we'll do, because I'm going to attempt to obtain some skinny sticks somewhere, or I'm going to order them. But we will see you Thursday, and then all we really have left to do is the mystery room upstairs. So thank you for joining me. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.